So let's start just standing with the feet hip width apart and take the hands onto the back. Press the elbows back so you get a nice lift from the rib cage. Good, and then just feel the lift, feel the chin come high. Take a deep breath in, opening through the shoulders. And then you can exhale, tuck the chin. Here is a strong tuck, so you're gonna stretch the upper back. And then once again, take a breath in, lift the eyes, gazing up. Press the elbows back, opening the chest, deep breath. And then exhale and tuck the chin. Try to keep the upper ribs coming in. Come on in. And then you can take an in-breath again, lift. And then you can exhale and then just tuck the chin. Lovely. And Sabine, you're already here. This mat is all cleaned. It just shows you your parking spot. And you can just put it on top of that one. Okay, that's great. Glad you made it, woman. We're just breathing, you know. And then tucking the chin. I've got Virginia on the line here. Now, just let the arms dangle and really loose through the wrists, shaking them out. And take the arms in the air in no particular fashion. Just move through the air, the elbows, the wrists moving. Oh. Yeah. Me too, my arms feel great. Oh, Virginia, we did such a good arm workout yesterday. I feel it in here too. Yeah? Oh, good. Okay, we're just comparing body parts. Yeah. You look great. You look great. No. Yeah, you do. Now, just let the arms dangle. Keep the chest open. Lift from the rib cage. Let the arms come around and slap. Breath. And then you can just come on right back to the center. Now we'll come to the front of the mat. And before we come into the salutation, stand with the balls of the feet together and the heels apart. Bend into a forward fold. Take the hands to slide down the legs. Now do a bend in the knees and sit the hips back to stretch your lower back. Pull the core in and gazing ahead a foot and a half. So you're going to stretch your upper back a bit. Now the hands are just touching. Wherever you land with the hands. The knees can be pressing together or they'll be apart, might be apart. And you want to keep the hips pressing back. Now take the hands down to the floor so you're going to bend the knees a lot. And let the bum sit back. Gaze ahead again, a foot and a half. So you're stretching through the upper back. Breathe into this position. Keep the hands pressing down. And on the exhale, pull the lower core up and in. Now this is different. We're going to take an in-breath in this position and then exhale and round your spine into cat round. So you're coming into a back stretch. The head will drop and you look back. And then breathe in and do that again. Let the bum sit back. Lift the eyes, you're looking ahead about a foot and a half. And then exhale, round the spine. Press the feet down. Looking back. And then again, breathe in, look up. Exhale, round. Okay, now come from here with the knees back, so you'll come to all fours position. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Point the toes and then circle the hips around. Let the hips come way out. Breath. Excellent. And then the other direction. Round. And then you can come on back to your center. Now we'll come into the downward dog so you can tuck the toes under. Take an inhale, lift the eyes, arc the back. And then exhale, lead with the bum up into downward dog. Step the feet forward into a forward fold. And lift halfway up from there. Then exhale, fold, forward, forward bend. Now breath in, breathe the arms up overhead, bring the palms together, gazing up. And then you can exhale the arms to center. And we'll come right into the next one. Breath in, gazing up. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, jumper, step the legs back. Coming to the left for side plank. Take a big in-breath, let the arm come extra back. Then we're gonna do another breath. And take the in-breath and take the arm over. Lengthen from the side of the waist, really reach. And then windmill that arm around. Come on to the other side, get a really nice opening through the chest and the shoulder, go back extra, big breath. And then take the arm in line with the ear, beautiful reach. Lengthen from the waist. And then you can windmill that arm around. Come on into your plank. Reach the heels back, stabilize strongly through the core. Heels actively reaching, excellent. Come into the breath. And practice if you can breathe in and out without letting the belly rise. So practice that Uddiyana Bandha, pulling up, press the heels back. Now step the feet together, and then step the feet wide outside edges of the mat. And come back, keep the rib cage lifting, and wide again, breath, and step together again, and wide again. And last time together, last time wide. And then one more time, so we're just step together to get together down. Bend knees, scoop the tailbone forward, keep the bone forward. Keep the hands in line with the body. Press the elbows back, sphinx up, press the tops of the feet down. Now just feel that big expansion in through the chest. Let the breath fill the torso. And then you can exhale and child's pose back. Now stay here to gently come into a nice stretching through the low back. Do a little shift from side to side. Breath. And then you can gently lift. Come on up to all fours. Take the hands back a little bit so they're under your shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Take an inhale. Lift the eyes. And then exhale and lift the bum bones to the ceiling. Get the inner thighs moving back. Now just do any little maneuvering you need to do. So pull back through the bum. Turn from side to side with the hips if that helps to open up one side. Keep your breathing full. Excellent. And then in your center, gaze up, come up onto the tiptoes, step the feet forward to the hands, come on halfway up, legs flat back. And then exhale, fold forward. Breath in, breathe the arms up overhead, bring palms together, gazing up at the palms. Now exhale the hands to center. Step the feet just hip width apart and bend forward again. Slide the hands down the legs to come into the forward bend we were in, which is to bring the hands forward slightly, so you're in a hairpin. Gaze up again, about 1.5 feet ahead from your feet. Bend the knees. Pull the hips back around your spine in a hairpin. Let the head dangle. The core is pulling in. And you keep the inner thighs moving back as you're pressing into all fours. Take a couple of breaths here. Exhale, really pull the core up. Okay, good. Now you're going to bend the knees a little bit more. Gaze ahead again, lift the eyes. Let the hips sit back. Still pull up from the core as the bum comes back. Utkatasana, like sitting back in a chair. And then on the exhale, round again into hairpin. Stretching into the low back as you pull up from the core. Head dangles. Gazing straight back. One more breath into the pose. Exhaling the core up. Okay, good. Now walk the hands back into a forward bend. And then take the hands so that you're coming with the elbows onto the knees. You're going to let the hips sit back. Let the shoulders come back as you gaze ahead. And now we're going to come up. So press into the feet and lift. Come all the way up. Lift from the rib cage. Step the feet together. Lift. I just want to get an extra stretch in the low back there. Now you're going to exhale, continue into salutation. Exhale, full forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, jump or step the legs back. Turning to the left, take the left arm up, opening through the chest, big breath. And then take that left arm out, lengthen from the waist. Now you can windmill that arm around, come all the way back, lift, open through the chest, draw the shoulder back, lift, taking the arm in line with the ear, lengthen from the waist. And then you can windmill that arm around, come on back into plank. Let the heels reach out, take the feet to the outside edges of the mat, lifting the rib cage, and then step the feet together again, and wide, and together again, and wide, and together, and last two, wide, rib cage in, and together, last one, wide, step the feet together, keep the feet together, roll to the outside edge of the right foot, keep the rib cage pulling in, of course this could be done on the elbows, and then come on to the left, excellent, rolling over to the left side, breath, keep the rib cage in, one more time to the right, roll over, keeping the rib cage in, excellent, last time left, and over. Now bend the knees, dear God, child's pose back, point the toes, release the forehead to the floor. On your exhale, really pull the core in. Get the spine long. Breath. Okay, great. And then you can come on up to all fours. And now we'll come into Sphinx. So we're going to walk the knees back about a foot. Push the chest up and pubic bone forward. Press the elbows into the side of the body. Press the hands back. You might need to reposition the hands so they come right beside the chest, right in line with the nipples on the hand position. The tops of the feet press down. You're pressing the baby toe side down. Now take the arms alongside the body. Let the shoulders press forward like an armless hug. So the thumbs will turn up, pinkies down, and then lift. And press the tops of the feet down, stay with the breathing. Now you can lift your legs out. Lift, open through the chest, and then come down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathing in, moving the hands, excellent. Try to straighten the legs a little bit if you can. Yeah, so the thighs will come a little bit off the floor too. Yeah, good. And then coming down, and once more, lift, coming up. Good, reach the hands way back, so you're opening the chest and the rib cage. And then exhale to lower. Now take the hands right beside the chest where they were. Breathe in, exhale, and child's pose back. Let's take our time. Let the forehead go. Stay with your breathing. Breath. One more full breath. Okay, lovely. Let's take the hips back up, draw the hands right under the shoulders to come into tabletop position. Now, let's take a stronger hip stretch by taking the left leg straight out. So instead of downward dog, so make sure you're on the mat, take the left heel back and then just press through the calf, the heel press back to get the calf stretched. And you might want to take the opposite right hand further forward. And then just to give you a little bit more of a push, press that heel back. That leg is straight, you're pulling your bum back like downward dog, but straight back, slide and roll back. And then come on back up. Now come over the toes, so coming forward. You're stretching through the shin, look up, and press the opposite right foot down for support. And then exhale and press that foot back again, stretching in through the foot, and press the heel back, breathing. One more time, come forward, come over the toes, look up. Keep pressing the right foot down for support, and then exhale, come back. Good, how's that feel, Sabine? Does it feel like a good stretch for the calf? Oh, the calf, yeah. Yeah, and then anything when you come forward like this? It's more, yeah, feeling it. Yeah, okay. Well, so I was just wondering, Yeah, I've got this foot pressing down. I was just wondering if you could get anything in through the foot here. And Virginia, maybe you could let me know at the end. Maybe it's not enough of a stretch. I guess it just depends on how tight people's shins are and ankles. But I was just kind of going for, instead of a upward dog, just more of a, hey, can you stretch the top of the foot if you pull the hips up? But maybe not. Yeah, I think I just have tight feet. So let's take we'll switch now. We'll take the right hand back, lean it under, and then straighten that right leg out. Press the toes way under. Take the left arm forward again, and then press back with that right heel. And then come on forward, lift, press the left supporting foot down, lift from the rib cage, and then exhale back. Press that heel back, stretching through the calf, and then exhale forward. Lift the rib cage, and then coming back, press that heel back, breath, and coming forward again, lifting, and last one, exhale, press the calf back, stretch, press the heel back rather, and stretch, good, and come back up, pointing the toes, lift from the rib cage, and now you can take that left hand back, tuck the toes under, arc the back, lift the eyes, and then exhale and rise into your downward dog. Get a lift. Tipping the bum bones high, the inner thighs are moving back. Chest is moving towards the thighs. Stay with your breathing. Wonderful lift. Breath. One more breath. Okay, now we're going to walk the hands back to your feet, about a foot away from your feet. Now coming to that hairpin stretch again, take an inhale, lift the eyes, press the hands into the floor, pull up through the thighs. Now I have really short legs, so it's easy for me to get my hands down. If you need to be on fingertips, or of course bend the knees a lot, the main thing is tip the bum bones up and look ahead and lift so you can get a stretch of the upper back. Now I'm going into stronger stretch earlier, so I want you to really use your breathing. Keep the core tight to increase internal heat. We're going to take the hands forward again, so you're in a wider hairpin. Now take your left leg up, turn the toes away and towards the outside, and then possibly we're going to turn into your side triangle lift. So see if you can take that left arm up. Technically you look to the left, I look down to get balance. You want to pull up through that standing leg. Keep the rib cage pulling in. Feel free to keep the hand down as you reach that leg out, because we're going to go for 2 more breaths. Keep that leg reaching. Extend, extend. Excellent, excellent. Core is strong. And then take that left leg down. Okay, we're going to do a modest squat. So I want you to take the feet together. Before we come to the other side, sit your hips back. Take the elbows to the knees as you gaze ahead, and you're gazing way ahead past your mat, so your back is flattening. So you can see part of the theme today is that you're looking ahead to activate the upper back. Our tendency is to look down with texting and computers, so I want you to look ahead and let the shoulder blades slide down. And then you can exhale, come back into your hairpin. Walk your hands forward so you're going to have a wider hairpin in your head, about 1.5 feet. Take the right leg up, lift, turn to your right, bravely, potentially lifting that right arm up. Or of course you can keep it down. Keep the right heel reaching out as you open through the chest. Long through that right leg, really reaching. Breath is steady. Chest is open. Breath. Breath. One more breath. Then take that leg down. Fantastic. Okay, walk forward into downward dog. Pull the bum bones back. Lift the hips high. Now take your left knee, this is strong, in towards your right elbow. So you're using the core. You're going to pull that left knee in and then come back. That's just cool. Let's try it one more time though. Bring that right knee in. Wow. And then come back. Let's forget that. And pull the bum bones up.
My stomach is in the way. I can't get my pain is in the way. I can't go further because my stomach.
Yeah. Now, what about if you lift the bum higher? Yeah. We're trying to work with the body parts. So, wow. Sheesh. I thought we could do that before the break. So you want to take that?
We did.
I thought we did.
We did.
Oh, it just sometimes it's good to see when you're really tight to push further because it really helps to stretch the tension. But I'm changing. Wow. Oh, that's hurt. Okay. So we're going to come to all fours and a child's pose because we deserve it. Keep the hands forward and release the forehead. Just palm the mat out there. Stay with your breathing. And then you can slowly uncurl. Come on up. Okay, so I know we'll stay out of kneeling, so let's take the hands right underneath the shoulders. Take that left leg out again, and then take that left leg across. Gaze towards the heel as you press that heel out. Get a great reach. Extend the leg, and then you can come back to the center. Now take that left leg out. Make circles just about a foot in diameter. Keep the leg long so the knee is not bent. And then let that leg come out. Bend the heel in. Send the knee high. Take the right hand behind, grabbing onto the foot. Lift the rib cage. Press the right foot down for balance. Breath. Kick the foot out as high as you can. Keep going with the breath. Keep pressing that right foot down. Keep lifting the ribs. You're gazing ahead. Now, this is crazy, but imagine you're not using your left hand. You don't have to take it off the floor, but I want you to pull up so much through the back, the core, and then extend that arm out. Stay here with the breathing. Keep that right hand reaching. Okay, now don't move the arm, and then take the left leg out. And come back. 2 more. Get that left leg reaching. And come back. Last one. Reaching. And come back. Child's pose back. Feel free to way forward. Inhale, exhale. Release the forehead to the floor. Breathing. Okay, really great. And then you can come on all the way back up. And then just taking the hands right under the shoulders. Take the right arm up. Is that right? Left arm up. Right leg out.
Yes. Like that.
That's right. Yep. Thank you. We start off with that right leg coming across. Gaze towards that right heel. Really press the heel up to stretch off of the right waist. Core lifts though. Press back, press back. Now we take the leg out. Reach that right heel out straight. Slowly control lift of that left arm. Keep the right leg reaching. Really extend. Breathing steadily. Pull up from the core. Stay with the breath. Breath. Take the arm to the outside. Bend the heel in. Lift the heel high. Grabbing on. Gaze ahead. Let the foot kick out as you open through the rib cage. Staying with your breathing. Breath. Breath. Core strong. Breath. Breath. Kicking out. Lift the eyes. Lift the ribs. Excellent. Taking out. Stay with the breath. Keep the right leg reaching. Breath. No movement of the arm. Take the right leg to the outside. Coming back. 2 more. Reaching out. And extend back. And last one. Coming out. And back. Woohoo. Take that arm down. Now take the arms forward. Once again, in breath, exhale, child's pose back. Release the weight of the head to the floor. Breath is steady. And then gently from there, come on up to all fours position. Okay. Now, for the next position, we're going to stretch in through the hips. So I want to take the left hand further forward and the right hand to meet it. I'm going to take let's take the right foot forward. Now lunging forward, lift the rib cage, tuck the toes under at the back as you lift, and rise and pull up from the chest. Lift. You can take the back leg up, reach the heel out, extend through that leg. Keep the front right knee tucked into the torso, leg strong, reach, 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 reach. Now we'll take the left hand down under the left shoulder, turn slowly to the right. The back leg is strong. Draw that right shoulder back. Stay with your breathing. Breath. And then you can take that right hand down. Let's change legs. Take the arms as wide as you need to take the right leg back. The left leg forward. Drop down both hands on the inside. Tuck the toes under. Lift the rib cage. Lift the eyes. Excellent. Activate that back leg. Reach the heel out. Lift the rib cage. Shoulder blades are sliding down. Leg is strong as you reach the heel back. The left knee is staying into the torso. And then here we go. Press that right hand down, turn to the left. Keep the left knee facing forward, open through the chest. Excellent, back leg strong. Reaching the heel back. Stay with the breath. Okay, now we take that left hand on the inside. And then we're going to straighten the front leg, take the left hand on the outside. Keep the back toes tucked if that's okay, to stretch the foot. Point the front toe actively as you extend out over that leg. Now take your, I just want to demonstrate the left thumb to come back, and I like to press into the hip flexor crease and pull back. And that's what you're doing with your core. So you can take the hand back down. And keep the toe pointing, please, because you can really get a great stretching through an important muscle in your front ankle. Keep that area really stretching. And then, see if you can reach on a little further. Keep the toes pointed. Excellent. Excellent. I think, Sabine, if you take the foot a little bit over to the left, yeah, and then press the big toe side down, arc in a little bit. That's better. Yeah, that's better alignment. It's a good stretch, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so then take your left hand on the inside. Take that left leg out. Rise into a gentle lifting kneel. Come up from that side. Breathe in and then exhale and lengthen out from that side. Keep your breathing steady. Excellent. So you're lifting, you're lengthening, coming up and out. And then you can come back down. Okay, now let's just lower down onto the elbows. And if you have enough room at home, and here you might have to just move a little bit. I want you to slide that leg out and stick your bum back. It's a funny one. You're gonna really, it's more like if you think of the buns in that bun, and you want to get that bun out and high and back. That's good. And you keep breathing into the core. Nice inner thigh stretch. Press that left foot down. Breath, breath. Okay, and then you can very nicely, slowly slide and draw back in. Okay, we're going to come to the other side. So from here, we're going to come back up. And then take the, sorry guys, I did it again. I did too much at once. So I think you were taking that right leg forward. Oh no, wait, there was a sequence before. Let's see. We did that, and then we, I think, oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. And then the right hand comes on the outside. You're perfect. And then you point the toes. You come right out over that right leg, pulling up from the right thigh. Extend out over the waist as you point the toes, breathing steadily. Excellent reach. One more breath, chest moves forward. Keep the toes actively pointed to stretching through there. And then let's just take the right hand up. Can you press into that crease of that right thigh? So, pardon me, the plan on this is, it's actually one of my favorite ones because it squares the hips. So I'm sure you're getting this, but you're pulling this right hip back, but not turning your torso. So it's like, oh, you can really pull into the femur, putting it, that large bone right into the hip. And then you come back up. Take the hand on the inside, right arm, and then lift, gently come up. It is good to do a standing kneel. It kind of keeps that patella activated. Lift and breathe in, come up. My God, I can really feel my waist today. Oh. And lift from the waist, coming up and out. Get a beautiful stretch and breathe. And then you can take that hand down. Here we go. You're going to come down to the elbows. You look up, and then you reach that heel out as much as you can, stretching into the inner thigh, breathing steadily. Staying with your breath. Excellent. Just really pulling the hips back. Great. Okay, and now breathe in, and then pressing into the hands. Take that right leg back, and now we'll come into a seated position, bringing the legs in front, or kneeling, either one, to come into breath of joy. So we'll have a nice tall spine and feel yourself evenly seated on the bones. Excellent. Okay, good. We're breathing in and out in 27 pulses. Breathing in. Good, and then just resting the arms and taking 3 regular breaths. Feel the shoulders back. The chin is back slightly. Great, and we'll come into our next 2 rounds, breathing in. You're really fast. And just keeping that lift in the ribs. Feel the space in between. One more full breath. Great, and then bringing the arms, breathing in. And then relaxing the arms. Do take a moment to feel the effects of the breathing. Okay, great. Now we're going to tip forward. So if the legs are in front, please come to all fours. And we're going to take the arms wide. So you're going to step your right foot in between the hands to come into pigeon pose. So you're going to take your left hand to the outside to anchor. And now walk that right foot across. And then drop down to the right knee. And keep now that left foot working back. And you're going to take the hands. Yeah. Mercy, mercy. Press that back foot down as you press the left hip forward. Now you can lift from the rib cage. Now gaze ahead. Pull up from the right rib. So you feel the rise in the rib cage. And then take the hands both over to the right. Prop up on fingertips. Look over that right shoulder and keep pressing that back left foot down. So you can get a really nice rise from the waist. Keep breathing steady. Nice, beautiful breath. Good, prop up a bit more. Keep the back foot pressing down. And then you can come on back to your front. Now coming into lying pigeon, let the arms reach forward and release the weight of the head. Now, I like to do this. I find if I press my hands out and I push down and of course pull up the torso, way better stretch. So that's for my hip. And then I work on steering the right buttock back, the right waist rib, because I find that helps to square my back. So feel free to be a bit more active when we come into lying pigeon. And then just do a little giggle. Pulling the core in. And then on the next one, this is kind of insane. It might be a little bit too much, but you're going to take the back heel up. Maybe grab, lift from the rib cage, let the elbow come back. Excellent, excellent. Now, technically, the body is supposed to square forward and the elbow comes back. So you're opening the shoulder. And of course, you're listening. It's just you're in a great position to maneuver, open your hip a whole bunch more. And you lift the eyes, opening the chest, lift the ribs, breath. And then you can take that left heel down. Now face the front, and I've got the heel behind. So I'm trying to kind of, open in through the left hip as well. Press up from the hands. Press that, if it's possible, press that left foot behind back down. So I've got it over here, and you're pressing down. Lift, pull up from the skin. And then you can come back. Okay, now let's just take that heel in and gently roll so you're sitting on top of the heel. Bring that left foot straight back behind and lift the ribs. So you're sitting on the heel, gazing up, open through the chest, come up onto the fingertips and lift. Let the eyes lift. 2 more breaths. Breath. Okay, and then you can very nicely take that heel to the outside. Now take your time to maneuver into the other leg. Take the right leg back. As I mentioned, you can take the right hand out of the way. Take the left knee forward. And then you have to pardon me, I look like geriatric on this one. It's a lot of negotiating. Now that left foot comes out, so it's coming straight across or tucked in towards the pubic bone. And then you're lifting from the rib cage. You're pressing that right foot down. Lift and pull up. Really pull up, press the back right foot. And then take both hands over to the left and lift and gaze over that left shoulder. That's great. You're rising from the rib cage. Excellent. As you press that right foot down. Breath. Excellent. That's good. Really good. Cropping up. And now come to the front and choose if you'd like to come into lying pigeon, bringing the arms down. Or, as I said, I do find it stronger to keep the hands in, press the palms down, lift the rib cage, press the back foot down. Gazing up. So, of course, in pigeon pose, what you're supposed to be doing is puffing your pigeon chest out. So you're getting that rise of the thoracic area, upper back. Notice if you need to take that left propping hand in a little closer and keep the lift from the ribs. Now, gently turn back, grab onto that foot. See if you can pull the ankle in as you turn towards the front. And you keep that back knee pressing down as you lift from the ribs. And stay your breathing. And then you can take that foot down, keep it pressing down, and gaze to the front. Prop up on the fingertips if you could, or use your hands if that's too much. And it's kind of awkward. You're just pressing that foot down to pull the knee down and turning towards the front, gazing up, lifting through the rib cage. So we're getting a cross stretch over. Oh, helpful. Yeah. And then you can come back to your center. Now we'll take the right leg from behind in front, and then we're going to just have the knees bent and the feet are hip width apart. So what we just really worked on was opening, using the hip to pull down and open the hip, and then also open the rib cage. So a lot of why breathing is important for this time is the respiratory strengthening. So whenever you pin your tailbone down like that and expand your rib cage, you're increasing your lung capacity. So the respiration that we emphasize in all of the poses, the respiratory muscles, means that you have stronger muscles to breathe. So each breath, it's easier for you to breathe. There's a video of Iyengar, and it's kind of funny, it's kind of Hollywood, like he's on stage and he's got a whole bunch of yogis and he puts them in a headstand for like 15 minutes. It's really bizarre, but anyways, that's before he does that, he gets the microphone and he does an in-breath. And it's like he could go and take a bathroom break while he's doing it, and he just keeps going. It's like, oh, this is breathing and breathing, and then he does an out-breath, and you're like, just like, what? Because it's not even like, it doesn't even peter out, like it doesn't go, it doesn't lose it. There's just this like you can feel the bellows, and you're like, buddy. And so I think he's 70 something in the video on the YouTube, and they did a test of his lungs, and he had the lungs of a 20-something-year-old. So remembering all of this is elastic. So the more we use this area, then the more our back can fluctuate, because our breathing is massaging our back. So these are some of the things that stretching doesn't do, and that's why it's so slow and subtle, that practice. So we've stretched the front, let's come on to the back. And just draw the knees in. And you can draw them in nice and wide and do a gentle rock side to side. Let the elbows bend to the outside. And now let that left leg straighten. Pull the right knee in, lift the head and tuck the chin, and really lengthen into the low back. Let the elbows bend. And then you can take that right leg up, get a wonderful reach through the heel, pull the toes back, lift, extend the left leg out. Now lift up as high as you can, pull the heel up, toes back, and lengthen. Feel the left leg active. Now we're going to take this leg to the outside, so grab on somewhere. Technically in yoga, Ashtanga, we use the big toe, but it just doesn't matter. And you reach that right heel out. The left leg reaches out, the left shoulder is back. Gaze to the left as the right heel reaches. Excellent. Good. Now take your left hand to your front left pocket. So imaginary pocket there, and press that left side of your hip down. Keep that right heel reaching. And breath. And then you can take that right leg up. Great. And now just pull the foot towards you one more time. And no lift of the body. And reach the heel towards that right shoulder. And breath. Okay, great. And then you can let the right leg down. Now lie for a minute and completely let go with all the strong work you've done. And feel into the different places there's more energy. So in the practice of yoga, the little tiny nodules of the lymphatic system that they work, in yoga they call them energy centers. And they're the same, they're mapped out in the same way. And there are certain poses that stimulate. So the pose we just did stimulates the lymphatic nodes in the right thigh. And you might notice that there's more heat in that area. If you take your left hand on your left thigh, your right hand on your right, you might notice, for me it's just pure moisture, but to see if you can notice an increased heat there. And anytime you increase the heat temperature, you increase the blood flow. Now take the left leg up, reach that left heel up, pull the leg in, lift the torso, keep the right leg actively reaching out, and you're strong through the core as you stay with your breathing. Get a really good lift. Reach the toes back, get the heel out, keep that right leg actively reaching, and then you can gently draw the head down, hold on somewhere to that left foot. Take the left foot to the outside. The right arm out to the side. Keep the right foot actively reaching out. And then take your right hand to the right thigh. And you keep that left heel reaching out. Excellent. And breathing. Press that right hip down. Stay with your breathing. And then you can bring that left leg back up. One more time, draw the leg towards you. Please be strong on this. I know it's really nasty on the hamstrings, so see if you can pull the low core down in order to get more of a pull your low back down. So your lower fulcrum holds. Keep the right heel reaching out as you pull the toes back and you reach the heel out and breath. Okay, now keep that left leg up there. Bring the right leg up to meet it. Hold on to both feet or ankles or calves and pull the legs towards you for a plow that is with the bump down. And you pull the toes back as you get the heels out. So you're getting a wonderful, wonderful reach. Fantastic. And breath is steady. Okay, good. Happy baby. Bend the knees, let the heels, or hold on to the outsides of the feet, pull the heels towards you. Stay with your breathing. A steady breath. And then come on into a gentle rock if you're not yet. And if you find a tight spot, please stay on that spot to compress into the tissue. Keep the elbows bending to pull the legs in. Great, and then you can let the heels drop. Okay, now cobbler, bring the soles of the feet together and just supine cobbler, let the knees splay apart. Relax, let go, and completely breathe low down into the belly. Staying with nice full breaths. Shoulders are back. Body is just letting go. Breath. Take a couple of more breaths in the pose. And then take the hands behind the head and just interlace the fingers and take an in-breath. Exhale, tuck the chin. And just looking down, lifting the head high. Stay with your breathing. And then you can slowly lower, releasing. And relax the arms to the side. Fantastic. Now just bend the knees together and cross the right knee over the left knee. And then lift the legs. Lift the upper body, hug the legs in. Come into a really good tuck of the chin, so you even stretch into the low back. See if you can deepen the grab. See if you can really tuck your chin to get into the low abs. And then lower down, you might need to loosen your grip, but do keep the knees coming in and do a tiny, tiny rock side to side. And then you can let your heels down. Okay, great. And then just uncross that right knee. Recross the left knee on top. Lift the legs, hug. Get up there. Get your chin tucked. Get around the legs. Stay with your breathing. Lower the upper body down. You might need to loosen your grip, but keep the legs in. Tiny rock. Staying with your breathing. And then you can let your heels down. Okay, wonderful. Now we'll uncross the legs. Bring the legs gently in the air. This is kind of like doing a lazy shoulder stand. You're going to pull the toes back, spread the toes, and then come on into a strong toe point, stretching through the shins, really point, and then pull back. And then point, really point, and then pull back. And point, and pull back, and point, and pull back, spreading the toes. Okay, shake out the feet, floppy ankles, and then vigorous. And then let the heels drop. Now you can straighten the legs, coming right into Shavasana, letting your body go. One thing here. And can you just feel your whole body rest back? Feel the shoulders back. Just noticing if there's any area in the body that might feel a little tighter. And soften with the breathing, deepen the breath a little. Notice if you can help that area to soften. Just letting everything go. Breathing. Nice deep breaths. Feeling the belly rise on the inhale. When you exhale, see if the shoulders can soften a little more. And then in the next cycle of breaths, notice if you can go for a longer exhale. And now on your next inhale, to make it a deeper inhale. And exhaling. And then begin to move, take your own way of moving. And just begin to move in different ways. I'm going to reread just the introduction to the poem I read the other day called Singularity. This poem was written after Stephen Hawking's passed. And I want to read the introduction to the poem because the way that Maria Popova, the narrator, introduces the poem is so much what we relate to when we're in times of transition. She says, to make anything, a photograph, and you can just keep moving and stretching. To make anything, a photograph, a theorem, a poem, is to toss a handful of wildflower seeds into the wind, knowing neither the type of soil they will land in, nor the location of the landscape, nor the type of flowers that will bloom. Sometimes, oftentimes, the seeds come a bloom generations or civilizations later, in minds many disciplines or cultures or experiences apart. And that's it. So now you can gently just roll over to the side. We're going to finish with neck stretches. So you can come right into a tall back, whichever seated position feels natural. And then just come into a side stretch of the neck. So you're letting the ear drop down to the shoulder, keeping a lift of your rib cage. And then you can come back to your center. And now just taking the hands again behind, this time really, really tuck in. Breathe in and out through the nose. And then you can gently breathe in and just coming right back up. Great. And we'll bring our hands together and bow in namaste. Namaste. Lovely. Have a great day, Virginia. Stephanie must be in bed. Thanks for coming, Virginia. It's